So capital gain investment wey good investment, but onwege any investment then n'ụwa na-enweghị risk, no matter how protected, no matter how the business is structured, on a risk side of it. And one of the things that always affects capital gain investment, one of the major things now will carry inflation. For example, onye ji 100 million zor shares, all right, and then after 3 months or after 6 months, 1 year, and then you got 15% ROI, that is return on investment. If you check when you put down money, now that investment, calculate the value of that money with the 15% added. At times, the inflation rolls beyond the 15% ROI. Pattern at that investment. That's one risk. Then a capital gain investment, be it stock market or stock investment or co-funding, treasury bill, name them. Hana the carry risk associated. Then another risk or geopolitical crisis, because the money you are giving to bank or federal government, they also want to use it for business, for development, and so on and so forth, which they believe. For example, when you give federal government, in a federal government na treasury bill, ya wuru na chori ji arụ ụzọ aga na anata aga etinye toll gate, all right? Then bandits abia gbakashia the place. You see, that's part of the risk. Ihe na akpọ geopolitical crisis. Enwe crisis ebe etinyere that money, then this is part of the risk in investment in eme. Not only that, also at times bank handle or credit, let me say credit, with defaulters, because the same money that you gave to bank that they are going to give you, we call it fixed deposit. It for fixed deposit 100 million. Bank is giving the same money to another person who will pay 25% annually on interest of 25% annually. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Then you are taking 15% on your fixed deposit. Okay? If the people who want to credit from your money, when they default, it's part of the risk. It can affect your money. Even if now they will risk control, not every investment anyway. But at times, all they may affect. And another thing, anime policy. All right? Policy now they get all countries, their policy making now they get stable. All they may affect capital gain investment. So there are a lot of things that involve na capital gain investment. Only in a bank, 100 million naira. Remember, the ROI na the static. When I say static, 15% is 15%. It can never go beyond 15%. So all interest as your own profit, it doesn't exceed. Then ibe lezianya give ya chopota that na ibe ureze ego gi na-etinye na stock. Another thing on the to create joblessness. Yes, is one of the disadvantages. And that is why ego obodo ndị ofe mmanụ, only some part of obodo ndị ofe mmanụ ga-abanye, right? Ha na-arịọ nri ka o wee chi adịghị. Ema why? Because there are people na-eburu ego ha ga na bank. And then there are people, because the money doesn't circulate. Because of that, of course now, I'm not circulate now. Because I am got dump here somewhere. I'm coming because I want to tell him the disadvantages in the Then, the truth is this. The American today, America today is being developed through real estate. Whether we like it or not, real estate made America ihe ha wu today. So I na-ewepụ real estate from the equation entirely. For me, it doesn't sit well with me. Or because I'm not into real estate, but because I'm understand financial investment to an extent. So if you come to real estate, a capital gain investment, which can even give you more money than locking your money in stock market, than locking your money in treasury bill. There are some parts of real estate that can give you cool money that will be in alignment with your financial goal or target. Come nye example. Because I've been a real estate, it's property regaria after 3 months and make 100% of the same money each go the property. It is possible, and I hope you know that the Nigerian real estate market is an open market, no regulation. I've seen somebody go around and Nikenebu, right? After 3 months, Oreya, that is an area. Why? Because of demand. For example, mmadụ chọrọ arụ fast food. Ya wụrụ na Nikenebu ka ọ chọrọ arụ ya, onwe ebe ọzọ chọrọ arụ ya. And ọ na-achọ empty plot of land ọ ga-ego. Then ihe awali ka ego chere 100 million. Ọ na-agba gị na ya ga-offer gị 200 million naira to buy the same land back after 1 month, after 2 months. This is where demand and supply comes in, because the demand is very high, but any space again, that can meet up with that demand at that point in time. So when it came with it, I got times 2 of Ihejikoya. This is one thing I've learned in real estate. Then other one na real estate capital gain investment. We have land banking. Ogaroje, do you know that? Or we have Israel today, or you will school you will get tinye after 1 month bịa na-ekwu sị m chọrọ ire ala because agwara m na m tinye ego n'ala ọ ga-enye m ego. It's the same thing with stock market. The same thing with stock market. Or we tinye ego na stock market today, tomorrow egwa ha na chọrọ ewere ego gị. The same thing with land. In our make turnover na land, you make good money more than stock market. Anybody can dispute what I'm saying, but I'm dealing with facts. Now, abịa ihe gbasara ime turnover na real estate, especially land. O nwere ndị na-ego ala in a place developed. Ego ala na a place developed. The truth would that land, ebe developed, that land, ọ ga-adị easy gị ire that land. Especially ebe na-enwechaghị empty land. Amame na ọtụ ihe m na-ekwu. Ebe na-enwechaghị empty land. Ọ ga-adị 100%. The chances of you selling it within 1 month, 2 months is there. Because that place onwege ebe nwere ala. So you can buy it at 100 million. Within 2 months, 3 months, you've sold times 2. Because ebe ahụ ebe a na-achọ ala achọ, and you have it. Then another location pre-developed. Or we get where go ala in here 5 million naira. In a mess after 2 weeks, because I can empty plot that that place. So there is no way Gigi make 100% of him may invest now that land within 3 months. The chances is very small. The same thing with undeveloped place. Madobia you go undeveloped place. And actually, then you want to sell it within 2 weeks. How possible? It's not possible because of the due. For example, if you want to do a land business, right? Let me give you an example. Obuno a developed place, get your land business. At least you must give yourself 12 months to sell that land. And don't use a keep as you do. To do turnover na land. It won't work because it get under pressure. And when you sell under pressure, you will sell below the value. It get below the value. The same thing with stock market. If you want to sell share, if you get a bank and acquire somebody's share before, the share of someone, to acquire it. If you are in need or desperately in need, you can sell below the value of that share. The shares, you can sell below the value because you are in need. It's the same thing with land. Land, if you use the money that you're supposed to use and eat and put it in land, and then after like 1 month you want to sell the land back so that you can eat, you might sell below that land or the value of that land. It's as simple as that. But if you have money for business and you want to do real estate business, at least give that land or no way be developed for you to sell that land and make even 100% profit on that land. Give it 1 year and sell with ease. Don't sell under duress. Don't sell on because of the pressure. You need to meet up with this, meet up with that. You might sell below the value. Then a place you will pre-develop or can be developed. I always advise people to give 3 years. Then if it is undeveloped place, even not developed at all, not even developed at all, give that place 10 years before you sell. It's all about long-term, short-term, medium, right? It's the same thing with stock market. And don't get any market, don't get any business, then we get risk side, including land, because you go along with the problem now. The same thing with stock market. The same thing, it is the same thing. So here we now. Land is granted 100%. Land is granted. Treasury bill, the treasury bill is not granted.
Okay.
Your destiny is not also granted. What is stock market is not also granted.
Okay.
You can come up and tell me how granted it is.
Yeah, come help again.
Okay, Mr. Roger. Help come we can up.
Okay. Yeah, come go and can happy stretch here too much. There's a low risk in MMF. There's a low risk in treasury bill. The only thing that can crash treasury bill like that is the country downfall. If that country falls, if anything happens to that country, it will affect it. But if there's nothing happens to it, nothing will happen. It has a very low risk. And the TB is also, I mean, like I said, treasury bill is guaranteed. So, and then when he could emphasize, he may destroy a lot of people's mindset. Let me tell you, our people today, the reason why I struggle, both political, both investment, is because we are scared. I nebuzo present good job. Tell me business he gave me, he got to he got nechewu ne he gave me. If you don't risk, you don't win. If you don't risk, you don't win. You win when you risk. People who bought Bitcoin, before Bitcoin crash, yeah, because of our chapter people who bought Bitcoin who made billions. This Elon Musk skyrocket or Bitcoin. That time, if everybody was skeptical, like you're trying to present to them all these risk assets, merendibo. Aija told Abia Kora again, I tiri na bank na mbalo charabia from one, I hear I 20 pounds. Oh, my condia na waka, akoko moto. And them get your phone when they're on a Lagos, ego haka, the intact, eba. When they will recover Lohana Lagos, when they recover a property and a northern state. And when you kuruka, but why few people na eastern region are return on a 20 pounds. Somebody says because of that, ya get in a bank. These are the reason why people know here now. They think this point he making, why am I going to invest? Tomorrow that stock has skyrocket, yeah. That person that's supposed to be rich. Because of
Mr. Roger, I feel now human access with the risk appetite in here.
That's what I'm saying. But Onye had the detail because with a low risk, even treasury bill has no risk. Treasury bill has no risk. I'm a memorandum in a comment section, they knowledgeable about it. but I know it has no risk. Because
Inflation risks. Inflation
yeah,
risks.
it doesn't. Listen, it doesn't. Let me tell you, because you're talking about bank fees deposit. Bank fees deposit is shit business. Nobody does that. Nobody does bank fees deposit. It's all waste of your money. It's waste of your money. We are talking about TB. Do you understand? So is something is almost guaranteed. And it's so in a kuala. I'm into real estate. You talk about you get what ala na array immediately, but you can sell your stock even if you no chain or na array stock again. Without having to step outside. Even if you on a toilet, you raise stock again. Without having to step aside.
The same thing you can do on land. You can also sell your land.
Like that. There's a whole lot of accessibility in land. Somebody got here, somebody get verify here, somebody get one. Everything has to come in before I finalize the ala. How him na I'm into even on memory real estate. It's not just a straightforward business like that, like you think. Or a good business. Sometimes you buy land in a developed area. Require almost times
but
two.
in a good that na stock ni ga no ni toilet nara ego gi.
Yeah, you can sell your stock.
Yeah, because
you're in charge of it. Or you want in charge of it.
Like he gave brutal electronic and run just bias and no ekpe go on.
Gire stock ge na anyoshi gire stock ge. You can anyoshi stock ge. You get ala like that.
Yeah, because every business with a modality now.
Yeah,
the modality of real estate is not the same.
Let me tell you, can was a risk asset in land banking. I did a land banking nowhere, site and services. At the end of the day, I was on a high tension. High tension now when they cover and they can an HP pipe and they can a giant one and they like 10. No gaffred there. I have to lose like 4 plus.
Chere. Ewuri ke so chala na tan. Abia government wuri ke pata na ebe a enwere high tension obara ọ na-eme.
Ị ga-go CDA, ziga akwụkwọ na-awụ original plan of that land. It has happened a whole lot of people. Unless ị gaziri na lands, aga bute chart.
You chart it first.
Bute chart, check ya through the chart. Even some people giga ahụkwa chart ndị mere na operate ndị na-change chala ihe na were rese mmadụ bịara n'ihu ụlọ m ota street because ụlọ m dịka T junction somebody abịala T junction ahụ gbachie fence arụ ya ụlọ road n'ọrụ onwe ya were resela road ya na arụ ya ụlọ so onye ọṅụrụ goof ka ọ ga-eme ihe onye ọma na ya T junction ya just block all the road block all the road until he ma akpọ call the next morning abịa were grader kokrosia ihe niile ahụ ọrụ ndị a kofuo n'ụzọ ya T junction gị na-arụ somebody resela ọwa ọ ga-chat.
Yeah, man, him chọkwara ekwu o nwere him chọrọ ekwu every business hụrụ that is analytical aspect of even stock. Before you buy stock, he can make your analysis now. The same thing with real estate. You have to do your due diligence in real estate. You have to chart the property. Me, I chart property. I have to chart the property.
The only thing I'm chiriku, let's not eliminate these two business.
Yeah,
let's not substitute them because how about the lucrative? My real estate or my stock business or how about the lucrative depending your experience in each of them.
And risk appetite.
Yeah, let me tell you, don't use risk asset to start when you want to invest. It don't start putting the risk asset as the front line. And with other analysis that you need to bring in before you start talking about every business he gave me like that. It should be him invest. It should be if you want a lot of people to like Yoruba Amato is because they invested and they are eating the fruit of it. But I am ịchịgharị cash
So
wee
so
highlight.
ị na-ekwu na abịa na ihe gbasara online investment ndị ofe